Welcome, Aries, Taurus, to your mid-month reading for May. Hope you friends are doing great out there. Welcome back, all subscribers. Anyone new to my channel, welcome, welcome. If you friends like this, please like and subscribe. And this reading will be for the 14th through the 20th. Okay. Get right in here and see what's going on with you. Best message, please. Getting ready for this lunar eclipse that we have going on. See how it is affecting your energy for the mid-month. It's been affecting our energy all month, right? Like one tug to the next tug. Okay. This message coming out, look at that. It is honoring the path with great gratitude. Milestone. Ooh. The next card coming out is feeling like there was a decrease at one time, but it feels like where there was a decrease, you're now feeling the milestone. You might even have a little bit of a decrease in energy because I see the water over here, so I'm thinking it might even be a little bit of energy, feeling like you're not as energetic right now. But the great gratitude is coming through to honor the path. So it feels like you are working really hard at what you're going through at this time, really trying to reach that milestone. For a lot of you, it feels like you've already reached that milestone, and now it's time to, relax a little bit. So if you are feeling a little bit of moodiness or fatigue, or, feeling like you need a little bit of a downtime, that's just, go ahead and do that. And a lot of times, too, you have this pull and tug from these eclipses as well that could also be working on your energy as well. So feeling like the commitment and the promises are really coming through. Wow. And anything that was hidden is no longer hidden. And if you feel like somebody was wearing a false mask, you've definitely unmasked. You've unmasked them, right? They can no longer be Batman, right? So it does feel like whatever was hidden is now come to light. So if you felt like maybe this person was hiding out, all of this, then you don't feel like you have to do that anymore. And if you felt like maybe you were feeling gloomy towards the probably the 18th, 19th, or 20th, you won't feel like you have to feel like you're gloomy inside, putting on that fake smile, right, just to show everybody that you're being, everything's okay. So take that how it resonates. Okay, let's see. Actually going to move these down just a little bit and get some cards in between. So with the great gratitude in the milestone, it's really feeling like you're, feeling more sure about the situation, even though you might feel drained. Reconsidering maybe how you're organizing your goals, your accomplishments. It can also be very weary. Yeah. There definitely was some kind of painstaking error that was taking place, on this path to honoring what you want and following this goal. Maybe there was even a lot of guidelines. Maybe you made, organizing plans and guidelines for the situation. But no longer feeling that way. You're feeling more grateful about the situation as it is taking a turn. Wow, look at that. You have the Empress coming in, because as you're hitting this milestone, and it's like right around the corner, you can feel it. You do feel like this Empress is, either whether it's you or someone else, is also got your back, right? So if you feel like this other person, maybe if you have this other person, maybe they were hiding behind this mask, maybe they were pretending to be so happy when maybe they were having painstaking error with you. Especially if you're in a committed relationship, it affects both parties. But if you do feel like someone might have been pulling away or not, honoring the path with you, you can now be rest assured that they feel that milestone with you, and they see how much you have, been determined to get this done. Even though you might feel like a decrease in energy and, really tired, but it's still showing you're going strong through the situation. If there isn't anyone else involved, It's just talking about you being abundant, you hitting the milestone of abundance. Because no matter what, that's what the card is really saying, right? Is that I'm finally feeling the prosperities around me, taking this really serious, right? Okay. The commitment, it's moving really strong. So if you felt like there was this other person around you who wasn't committed to the things that you wanted to be committed to, maybe they were hiding behind some mask and not doing the promises they, were supposed to be keeping, whether it's a love relationship, a boss, or however, you can feel like they're right on the same page as you. With you, if it's just you staying organized, right? I mean, it literally could be two in one. You staying organized, keeping to your own promises, moving, not allowing yourself to get stuck in any situation. So a lot of movement in the mid-month, and there is definitely a lot of intuition to say, yes, I understand what's going on around the situation. I figured the situation out. If you did have someone lying or telling false truths or hiding behind some kind of mask, the truth has come out about the situation. So they can no longer hide from you. You know the truth, you see the truth, and that's also what's getting you through this, right? With the judgment call. Well, because there's a lot of healthy judgment calls going on, my friends. So, if you were feeling unsure about where your achievements are really going to be, and then that gloominess kind of come through, just understand that, it's, you can reflect upon the situation now and really get clear about this situation. It could even be getting clear also about boundaries with another person as well, because I can actually see that as well. If they were hiding, telling lies, hiding behind a false mask, you can now see the truth upon the situation and understand, nope, now we have to have boundaries, right? We will keep the commitments where our commitments are, but we have to have some boundaries. So no matter what this is definitely connecting you to a more meaningful path, right? Because it's talking about honoring that path. So it's putting you exactly right where you need to be at this time. And in connecting with someone that, feels more inspiring. So it feels like if this person did think that they were getting away with things, boy, as the turnaround really come and kind of shook up the whole situation. Wow. And it can be, tiring. With the Eight of Wands over here, it's like this conversation is also growing as well. So you could feel like the conversations that you're having might even be becoming more intimate with the Empress. So maybe you're kind of blocking, and maybe you kind of broke through their boundaries. Maybe they were kind of like, well, I don't feel good today. I'm not going out. But they're fine. Right? So it's, everybody's story is a little bit different, but we kind of see that too. You might even say, you're hiding behind a mask because you're lazy. Ooh, lazy energy. So however it is, it's definitely going to transform the situation to where you're feeling like your relationship is switching and definitely shifting. There's definitely a switch and a shift. So we have to make sure we have both S's going on over here, because we really see that in the communication as you're taking on this connection with them. It's almost like finally they're feeling a little more flexible within, just your own energy. You have been so flexible within the situation. That's why you've reached your milestone. And this is, man, I just, there's a lot to do, within this situation. So it is, time to slow down a little bit. You can take a little bit of a slowdown, right? You still have the courage and the strength to keep going strong, but the conclusion of this situation has finally been completed. You don't have to feel like, this isn't going to go the way it is. Now, there is something still left, though, that is not resolved. And maybe it's just because you feel like, well, no, it's not 100% resolved because I've only hit a milestone. I haven't seen the full reward just yet. So that could actually say why you feel like this piece is finalized, but this piece is not finalized. I'm still waiting for a conclusion to this piece of the story. So, but you're keeping that strength going along, and you really have the inspiration to kind of break down any walls or any barriers from getting to where you actually need to have this finalized to really feel like you're getting your overall abundance with the 10 of Cups. So you can say, yep, that's where it is. And you're going to definitely feel like you're, saying, hey, you know what though? I'm going to go ahead and jump. So if you feel like this is a time to jump, go jump. If you've been waiting for that time to say, hey, you know what? When is it time for me to make the ultimate sacrifice, the ultimate leap of faith? Now is the time, right? And this will put extra quality, back where quality needs to be. Maybe you need extra quality of time, extra, usually when we're talking about quality, it's usually quality of time, right? It could be, maybe you feel somebody is not putting the quality in work. So you can go and fix things. Maybe you need to fix their quality. And say, well, we build houses together, but they didn't put the drywall up right. I can still see that nail and it ain't in there, right? That drywall screw is wrong, right? It is like sideways. I'm going to have to come back in here and put extra quality in here. And then, of course, and that's your offering. There it is. You offering your services, your communications, and making sure that things that you're going through are being met. If you need anything that you have to let go of, please do so. Because anything that you might need to let go of at this time is just going to bring more harmony to connection. And maybe that's that thing too, where it's like, this is where the extra quality has to come in. So if I just let this go the way it is, I'll just go in and fix it, and we'll just start anew because I'm just inspired to actually get to the 10 of Cups. I just need this done properly. And that feels like that's really what's going on. You just need something that's really more properly done. It just feels like there's might be some kind of, discontent going on. I'm not 100% happy with the whole situation. And maybe it's the person too. Just because you took off your mask doesn't mean that, I can let everything go that you think I have. I have to finalize the situation. So take that how it resonates, guys, because, there's two different things going on over here. One is saying it's completed and it's done. And then one saying, oh, I've just hit a milestone over here. This actually has to have more work, right? And it's going to take a little more confidence and courage to get through this one. Oh, there it is. Whoop, there it is. Create healthy boundaries with those around you. Now, what did we just say? What did we just say? We just said creating healthy boundaries with those around us. Wow. So, very beautiful, my friends. Until next time, peace and love. Bye-bye. Okay. And the next card coming out is your intuition, going crazy, knowing where you're going to stand, knowing what's going on for the commitments at hand. So knowing that your promises and commitments that you're doing to honor your path are coming through. The decrease, just, try to get more sleep, right? Or where you felt there was a decrease within, productivity or anything, or within a relationship, whatever the commitment is, you felt that there could have been this decrease going on. I don't really feel that anymore because now you're hit the milestone. Meaning it can't decrease anymore. It can only go up from here, right? Status quo. Kindred relationships and partnerships. So, and that's exactly what it is. It's kindred. It's definitely both, because you could say the commitment is the commitment of the relationship, whether it is, a romantic one, a family one, or just a platonic one between you and friends, business partners, associates, things of this nature. So however you want to see it, it's saying the kindred partnerships means we're getting back to feeling the increase within the situation. We're definitely on the same page now. We're finally feeling the status quo being back where it is instead of it being all wishy-washy all over the place. So there is a lot of more great gratitude coming from you at this time. And really reaching this milestone where you feel like, okay, that's it, you know, because you can only be pushed against a wall for so long before everything starts switching up. So the great gratitude is saying, yes, because I've learned this situation, or this person that's around me, I feel has learned about the situation. So somebody is definitely learning. I believe it could be both of you, but you know, I'm going to say you and then maybe them as well, because you could say, yes, we've kind of learned together how to do this. And there's a lot of knowledge about honoring the path over here. Look, we have to honor this path together. You know, if you're in any kind of business relationship or love relationship, right? Because you're saying we have to become one. Otherwise, the business is not going to go good, or the love relationship's not going to go good. For some of you, you can say it's all three, you know, it's all, you know, it's both of them. Maybe there's even three of them. Maybe it's, you know, maybe you guys own a business and you have a manager, and then you have, you know, all of your coworkers, people you hired, right? So you're saying no matter what, we've learned, and we've also learned to give better gratitude towards the situation so that we can see what's coming at us. Yeah. So the milestone is actually giving back this healthy union between you and the situation at hand. Yeah, absolutely. So where the decrease was, you know, whether it's just energy or whether it's, you know, all of the above, you're saying it's okay because we're persistently moving towards out of, you know, this decrease towards something better. Like he's offering the coin. He's saying, I have a better offering for you. So I'm going to offer you this increase. You can only get so low. Queen of Swords. And then it says, with my intuition, I can actually cut through everything, honor the path that I'm on, and knowing that I'm taking the high road. Knowing that I'm finally back on the right track. With the commitment and promises, it's like, yeah, you know what? Anything we were fighting about, anything that could have been a battle, anything that, you know, was going on within the situation, it's like it's taken a turn. And you're saying, yeah, well, now we can get inspired and really let go of all those things that were going on in the past, and we can come back and say, let's make new promises. Let's make new commitments. Let's look at the paperwork. Let's do this and that. So by letting those issues go is actually going to bring in the status quo with more self-confidence and courage. Because now you're going to feel like whatever was going on before, maybe we just didn't have enough courage within the relationship or within this job. We didn't see it going anywhere. We just kept seeing it falling and falling. So we have to turn things around. So by letting it go, you're saying, yeah, now we're seeing the pentacles coming back. We see the love coming back. We see the abundance of things that can come towards us. With the kindred partnership, you're saying that things are getting balanced, even though there's still a little painstaking air. It feels like someone else is still holding on. I don't know if it's still you holding on just a little bit to what was going on in the situation. I mean, look, you have to be mindful of what went on. I understand that. That is a part of being human. But do not allow it to sword you. Because, you know, or do not allow them to sword you. However it is. Because someone or yourself is still holding on to this. Maybe both of you. To where it's like, we let it go. Because this is only a partial death. This is only, you see what I'm saying? It's only partially letting it go. I didn't completely let it completely 100% fall, because we just know that we need to get where we need to go, because you allowed more inspiration to come through. But you're, you know, just do not at the end of the month allow the experience to overtake and get you gloomy to all the stuff that you've already put through. And the Emperor's coming through says because there's too much prosperity. Right? But I do feel like someone is still trying to carry some kind of reject, neglect, some kind of English going on over here. And it could definitely be Libra, Taurus, Capricorn. Could definitely be some kind of earth sign going on. Where it's like they're not 100% on board with you. It feels like they're on board with you in the beginning of the mid-month, and by the end of the mid-month, going into the end of the month, they start bringing up maybe past issues. How do we know it's going to work? look, you're staying balanced. Everything's going really good within the relationship because it's saying we're together. Everything's fine. But it feels like in the back of their mind, maybe that's what it is. Maybe they just haven't spoke it yet, but they're feeling it, but they're not saying it. Because they're trying to give you all the credit, all of the attention. But it just feels like there's something inside that has them worried. I just feel like they're not as courageous as you are. That could be a huge thing. They're still seeing that things might just fall. So, wow. They don't feel as liberated from this situation as you do. That's really what this is. See, I feel like like I said, in the beginning of the month, they feel it, but then at the end of the month, it's kind of like they went back in their head, back into their emotions, and started overthinking the situation. But it's like, but I see the ships coming in. I feel that the turnaround, and I can make different decisions about the situation and how things are going. And then they're sitting over here in their head saying, you see all that, but I just don't see it's going to last long. So it's kind of like they're running into old thinking patterns. It could be old moods where you're getting creative and inspired. It's like they're going backwards. Definitely going backwards. Yeah, you've got the double energy going on, which is just them tying themselves back to the habit of thinking, yeah, that things are not going to go the way they need to go. So they might even start defending their rights to why. If they do open up, they're going to defend their reasons why they believe that we're going to get stuck against the wall again. So what they think is going on, I think they're just not giving it enough time, guys. Some people, they think, oh, okay, we're going to turn this around. And then it's like, 4 or 5 days later, and they're like, well, I didn't see anything. Dude, it's been 4 days. It's been a week. So I'm thinking this is definitely going to be like, here's the mid-month, here's a week later, and they're expecting you to have all this progress going on. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like if you're a restaurant and you haven't had many customers and you've been up against the wall, they expect to have, thousands of people lined up outside, like Ramsey did this, like this is Ramsey's, kitchen, or, you know what I mean? Or something. And that's just not the way it works, right? And now they're kind of feeding the fear. And that's really what this is. They're feeding the fear that you guys are going to go backwards. Whatever it was that your situation was. Any situations I bring up that's not yours, my friend, just throw it away, right? I'm just trying to take out as many situations as possible. If you guys have been fighting all this time and then you come to the conclusion, if we really love each other, we won't fight. We can work through things. And then they feed this fear and say, I don't know if that's going to work that way. I am who I am. Oh, God, here we go. You see what I'm saying? And you're saying, well, I thought we were making a pact to talk things through. And now there's another one, too. I want to bring that up really fast. There's another one, too. We made a pact to talk things through. And over here at the end of the month, they're in their head. What happens when they get in their head? Now, this is for somebody. 100. Because I'm telling you right now, for somebody, you guys make it a pact to say, we need to talk things through so that we don't have arguments. Because all this thinking in your head, making accusations, just feeds fear into the relationship. If we don't have an open conversation about, what's going on in our life, and you just sit over here in your head, it causes fighting and all this stuff because you come up with these wild accusations that are not even true because you're overthinking a situation. I know that that's true for somebody because I've ran into this so many times, not even in readings, literally just within my friendships. Don't even have to have readings for that. All you have to do is go to Facebook. You can see that everywhere. They didn't want to come and talk to me about the situation. They just wanted to make crazy accusations inside their mind. But you had made a pact to say, no, this is not the way it's going to be. So if they're not addressing the issue with their mouth, then their mind is going crazy. And so it feels like that's what's going on. So in this case, It's almost like they're over defending themselves from something that they're putting in their own head, and then making you defend your rights for oh my goodness, for everything, anything and everything. Oh wow. So it can become very intense. Now that's that's where the intensity comes from, and that would be the intensive in moments of passion and love, right? Where it's just like, but you're not listening, and then no listening skills, and maybe it's because they're afraid to open up to the true feelings, but that doesn't give it any real right though to really sit over here and make accusations. They're going to have to figure this out if you're going to become one. And that's for somebody's love out there, okay? And for others of you, like I said before, if that's not for you, throw it away. But it is an interesting learning thing, because I'm sure all of you have heard that before. Okay, so let's see what's going on over here, my friends. Daily healing. It says you need to foster some patience. Yeah, that's for sure. In the moment, if you can, remove your judgment and criticism and truly listen to someone. You could empower them. That could be exactly what we were just talking about, whether it's for you or the cross watcher. And I'm going to say the reason is because it could become very nerve-wracking, especially the second time around when you said, well, I thought we just fixed this. How, what are you doing? So definitely that's a good one, because it's going to tell you to foster patience so that you don't come in too rough, right? Because it does feel like it's going to be one of those things where you're saying, I don't know what you're doing. And it feels like you both are, sharing this energy. They're going to have to feel like they're defending their rights, and then you're going to have to feel like you're defending your rights from some kind of fear, accusations, maybe just negative energy period of, and then having to tell them, no, this is the way, things are going to be. And if you have felt like, this is an ongoing process, and it's going to be hard. It's going to be very hard. Okay, my friends, until next time, peace and love. Bye-bye.